So I wanted to do a follow-up to a video I had done earlier where I was comparing shooting no wads or lube compared to shooting with a wad like the spelt one down here, or maybe the lube that we're using. So that was a follow-up to a video that I had done. This time though, I'm not going to use the wads, or didn't use the wads I should say, and just shot without anything in terms of lubrication, just by pouring the powder down and then following that with a round ball in this case. And did that 3 times, 3 cylinders full, 6 shots, so 18 shots. And the first group I got looking pretty decent. One shot was just below the target here, about 1 inch below. And another 5 up in here, really decent. Those are our speeds that we got off the first cylinder. Speeds pick up a little bit with your second cylinder because the chambers are fouled, and that for whatever reasons tend to cause the speeds to go up. And the group down here, I got a shot just at the edge of the paper, and I think there's a group of 3 over here. So that was reasonable too. And on our shots, 13 through 18, the third cylinder, I ended up with two shots somewhere off the paper, and just the 4 on it, and the speeds were comparable to the ones that we had with our second one. So that's the 3 targets that we shot without using any lube on the end of our chambers, just using the powder and the ball. So what we did after that is we took our barrel off and went to our cleaning station, and we cleaned the barrel out, and I'll show that part of the video here that'll be towards the end of this video. And I think the next day I ended up shooting 6 strings, 6 cylinder full, so 36 shots. And that time I was using lube on the end of the chambers. And when I say that, initially when I was lubing these things up, I would just use my finger in here or a popsicle stick or whatever, and jam that on top of there. But that doesn't really get down into where the ball is, and sometimes the fire coming out, depending on your gap here and stuff, will actually knock most of that lube off, so it's not doing the job that it's intended to do. And the job it's intended to do is to keep the fouling in the barrel soft, so that the next shot will push most of that fouling right on out the barrel, and giving us kind of a consistent barrel from one shot to the next. But like I say, if that stuff gets blowing off of there, that's not going to do any good. So what I kind of rigged up finally here, I had other methods with syringes and stuff to get that lube down in there, but I ended up with a grease gun like this, mini grease gun. And what that does is allows me to stick that end down there into the chambers, and what I can do is squeeze the handle here and get an amount of lube, something like this. And that's about the right amount for a 36 caliber. I may need 2 pushes of the lever there for a 40, 44 or larger. Okay, so anyway, we did that, and like I say, we shot, I think it was 6 cylinder full, or 6 cylinders that way, 36 shots. And the very last one, I got a group over here that I was really happy with. Remember, this is shooting 30 shots before this, so apparently their rifling and everything is working in there, and the barrel is not so fouled up that the ball or whatever is actually able to take the rifling and giving us the stability that we need. So pretty impressed with that. So that's what we did on the shooting part of it, and what I'll do right now is go to the video part where I'm actually cleaning the barrel out, so we can see the difference between cleaning a barrel that's been shot without any lube and cleaning the barrel that has had lube in the chambers. Not sure which way this shows up better on the camera, if I put her in the sun like that or back here in the shade, but that's what it looks like once the lube is down in there. And if you had your ball setting out closer to the edge, some of that lube's going to get blown off, but way down in there like that, it pretty well stays where it's been put. So we're going to douse our barrel here in this trough of warm water, and try to be a little scientific about this. The amount of water I got in there is just covered this rag that we've got here, so use the same amount next time when we clean our barrel after shooting the shots by using lube inside the chambers. So let this soak here for a minute or so, and then we'll swab her out. Well, it's been a couple minutes now. The idea here is to see how black our water gets, and then maybe compare that to the darkness of the water after we shoot the lube. Get some idea of what's coming out the barrel there. And I haven't even haven't even, let's get that camera a little closer here so we can maybe see that better. I haven't started shoving yet on this, and I'm already getting, just tapping that, getting black stuff coming out. Just shove through. It's like doing dishes, and I hate dishes. I prefer doing this. It's easier first thing. We're going to run a dry patch through now, a couple of them. We're going to pretty much take care of that. There we can see that's perfectly clean. Stir this up pretty good and then dump it in here. And we'll save that for later. Group I'm pretty happy with. I mean, this barrel has shot what, 6 targets now, and 6 per piece, so we're running 36 rounds through that gun. Cylinders have had even more than that run through it, but the lube seems to be doing the job as far as keeping that falling soft. And we're going to go clean that gun up, and we're also going to compare the falling that comes out of that in our wash water to what we shot yesterday when we had just three cylinders without using any lube at all, just the powder and the ball, and that was pretty dirty, so we'll see the comparison. Okay, our water is hot here. Let's unplug that. We've got our cleaning trough right down here. Let's just pour that water in there. Okay. Got about a quart in there. And we're going to drop our barrel in then. And we'll let her soak there for a minute or so. Every time I shoot the gun here, I always tear down pretty much completely, take the insides out of it and soak those in some oil over here. Do that because I never know for sure when the next time I'm going to shoot the gun is, so I want to get that baby as clean as possible. I think our barrel over here is hot enough now. They've been in here long enough. The barrel that I cleaned yesterday, all I had to do was tip it like this, and I was getting stuff out the end. I'm getting a little bit there. Let's see what we get when we shove our cleaning thing through that baby. Okay, and that's it for, what, 36 shots? It's not as clean as I'd like to get it right now, but I definitely have run out most, if not all, of the falling that was in that after 36 shots. The barrel got pretty warm, so I got my glove on here. Just set that aside for a second, and we're going to dump this water into our quart jar here, if we can do that without making too much of a mess. And there we go. Let's set that up alongside where we can see how that compares to when we did yesterday when we didn't use any lube. Back our camera off here and zoom in on that. The one on the left, of course, is the one that we did yesterday, same cleaning procedure. And the one on the right, after 6, actually that one on the left only shot 3 cylinders, 18 shots. We got twice it on the one on the right. So quite a difference as far as how much falling did not build up in the barrel when we were using our lube on the end of the chambers.